Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Tuesday, September 12th, and that means we are one day away from our next webinar. Yay! All right, first, let me tell you that we are here to answer your financial questions, help you on your financial journey. If you would like to join us, all you have to do is go to our website, jillonmoney.com, click the Contact Us button. And while you're on the website, you can join Jill on Money Live, which is our subscription service, which gives you access to quarterly live webinars. And tomorrow we are going to be joined by Nate Burleson. We are going to be talking about professional sports. Nate was a professional football player, and he's also my colleague. He's a co-anchor of CBS Mornings, a studio analyst for the CBS Network's NFL Today show. And we're going to talk about the season, which is very exciting. And, you know, he loves personal finance. So it's going to be interesting to find out what it was like to actually make a bunch of money when you were really young. A problem that many of us would like to have. We'd like to change places with Nate and figure out how he did that. So if you want to join us, again, you've got to subscribe to Jill on Money Live. Okay, right now, we are joined by listener Marie, whose husband is listening in, but we're not going to put him on the air because we like Marie better. Marie, how are you? Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you both for having us. Recently, just listening to you guys, so we wish we've known you sooner.
That's all right. You're here with us now, which is lovely. What can we do? What's going on for you?
Thank you. Just wanted to start that we both came from immigrant backgrounds who grew up not too privileged and not really financially savvy. So we're trying to change that now for us. So we're currently navigating through some life changes. As I said in my email, I'm being laid off from work, but I was given a year's notice. So
Wow.
which is not, it's not too common. And so we're trying to see how to allocate our extra cash that we have. Like, it's not a lot, but I mean, we're going to come into some money next year, probably like my husband's bonus. Like, should I keep contributing to my son's 529 for now? Like, I'm not really sure what to do. Is it worth waiting for the full year to get like my severance? I mean, it's only like a 6-week severance pay, so it's probably not that much. So those are some of my questions. And also, we're currently renters here in LA, and we have a house in another state. Like, we're renting it out, not because we wanted a rental property, but because we had to move here last minute and we had a house there. So I know in here, the market is so high cost. So I think it's going to take us forever to save up a house in LA.
And maybe you don't have to. Or maybe you just keep renting. Marie, how old are you?
I'm 36.
Okay. And husband?
He's 32.
Oh, very smart of you. Go younger. All right. So right now they say to you, hey, we're laying you off in a year. Is that essentially what they're saying? You're going to get paid. You're going to work for a year, and then from the moment you get laid off, you get 6 week severance. Is that how it works?
Yes. So basically, hey, they're doing a lot of layoffs, as you know, most tech or big companies are right now. So, but they're like, hey, we need you in this project for the whole year. We have funding. So
I see. And then once that year is up, then you'll receive a 6 week severance.
Yeah. So they told me in July. So, but my last day would be like last day of August next year.
Okay. So it's August of 2024. How much are you earning right now, Marie?
I earn about $91,000.
Okay. And what about your husband?
He earns about $170,000.
Wow. You guys are kicking butt. That's amazing. How old's a kid?
He just turned 2.
Okay. And just one, right?
Just one.
Okay.
One and done, probably.
One and done. The Mark Talercio plan of action. Okay. At this point, can you live on just one salary? Just, you know, I know you're still making your $91,000.
LA prices, probably not.
All right. That's fine.
I mean, maybe if I have him home and not pay for daycare and like.
How much is daycare, by the way?
It's like $1,500.
As it stands today, let's just do what's happening right now, and then we're going to project forward. Right now, is your intention to stay there the year? But if you got another job, would you just jump ship and give up that severance? Like, presuming you could get a job you wanted.
Yeah. So
yeah, right. I would do that.
I'd do that, but it's just so hard right now. I think the market's kind of tough.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. Are you guys making retirement plan contributions off of your salaries right now?
Yes. Not as much as your callers were maxing out. No, definitely can't
Whatever.
definitely do it
Who
right
cares
now.
about them? I only care about you. I'm on the phone with you. What do I care about them for?
Yes.
So how much are you putting into retirement?
So I'm putting in 7% with a 6%, 100% match from employer. I'm doing Roth, and I think their match is traditional.
Okay.
And I think my husband does 5, and I think he gets 4% matched with Roth, but I'm not sure where the match is.
How much money do you think you have in these plans right now? About?
I have about 50,000, 50,100.
Mm-hmm. And that's in yours
That's
or
in mine.
his?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about his?
He has about 36.
And you got a puppy. And what about how much money? You mentioned the 529. What are you putting into that 529 right
I
now?
stopped maybe a couple months ago when I got the news, but
Good.
he has about 6,000 in there right now.
And what about money in the bank?
We have around 60,000 in emergency funds.
Great. That's amazing. We'll get to the rental property, but any other assets? Do you have a stock plan? Is there a brokerage account? Anything else besides that emergency reserve and the retirement?
We both have rollovers and from previous employees and some Roth that we started previously.
Okay. What's the rollover situation?
He has around 35,500 from a previous employer.
Mm-hmm.
And I have around 3,300. And for our Roths, he has about 12,400, and I have about 7,800. And then
This is
our
great.
brokerage, he has about 5,600, and I have about 12,600.
All right. And that brokerage just you started for the heck of it or whatever? Like just had some
Yeah,
extra money?
when we were, pre-baby, we were like learning about investing and stuff. So we like, oh, let's contribute this much every month, so we're dollar cost average. It's really small amount, like 100 per. And then I also had some stocks at work. So I guess that's my other thing. I'm contributing 7% right now also for ESPP.
No, stop doing that immediately. That'll help your cash flow. What's the old house worth where you are renting right now? Tell me a little bit about like what the value is, what's the mortgage, and how much rent do you receive?
The mortgage right now, it's around 434,000.
Do you know the interest rate of the mortgage?
Yeah, it's 2.88.
Oh my God. Okay. How much is it worth?
According to Zillow, I'm not really sure. It's 512 to 577.
I could say 525,000. And is it rented? Is that working for you guys?
Yeah, we were renting it out to a couple, and then we had a 2-year lease with them, but it's ending pretty soon. So funny enough, it was a rental it was a new construction. So by the time when we left, we had no assessment yet for our taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, when we were already here, it's like, hey, here's your taxes. Your escrow money is not enough. It wasn't enough. You're like really negative. So we'd like to have you put up a year and a half's worth of escrow of taxes. So right now we're doing that. That's why it's really tight. Basically, it's not really cash flowing right now.
Wait a second. How much money do we have to put up in escrow?
It's about 18,000, I think.
But once we get that settled, and by the way, you can.
Yeah, it's going to be done in like 4 months.
All right. So then it'll be okay, right?
So that's why I'm like, okay, so hopefully we'll have additional cash flow at the time.
Yeah.
What should we do?
Okay. Let me ask another couple of questions. Is there any notion that you guys would move back to that house?
Right now, for the industry that my husband's in, the reason why we moved here also, there's not too much in. We used to live in Chicago, and there's not too much in there for his industry. They're almost all here in the West Coast.
All right. Okay.
Probably not anytime soon.
All right. I mean, that, by the way, because you have that house, and if it's not anytime soon and you're happy where you are, then that's fine. So I think in the near term, you've got to use the next year to look for a job, but also to beef up your that emergency reserve fund a little bit. Is there any other debt that's outstanding besides that mortgage? Do you have a car loan or anything? I want to get that all cleared up.
Yeah, I mean, we have around 40,000 in car loan,
Okay.
and around 1,400 in miscellaneous, but it's like 0% right now. But our car loan is at 2.49%.
Well, that's good.
We're not sure if we have to rush paying that off.
Nah, you don't have to. But you have miscellaneous like credit card crap?
No, it's basically our Peloton.
Oh, you paid off the Peloton. Who do you like to take? Who's your Peloton instructor? Who do you like?
It's basically collecting dust right
No,
now.
no. Go sell it on the secondary market. Go pop it on
we're
eBay.
trying to. There's so many.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's at 0% right now, and there's like around 1,400.
Get your ass on that bike, girl.
I know. Yes, I need that advice, especially what's going to happen to me. And
all right. So I think the number one. So there's two things that are going to help your cash flow. We're going to stop the ESPP. That's 7%. That's real money to you. Then the escrow is also going to end, right?
Escrow ends in 4 months.
Okay, so
end of year.
If we stop these two things, that should give you a little bit of breathing room, right? I'm wondering, you already stopped the 529. Maybe I don't want to go crazy with this because I think you're going to get a job. You'll be fine. But I mean, I would probably stop doing money in the brokerage account. That $100 a month in the brokerage account. I would just pop it into your emergency reserve fund, and like, let's beef that up. So what I'd like to happen for you guys is that you use the next year to beef up the emergency reserve just in case. Like maybe you find a great job, but it's not 90 grand. Maybe it's 70 grand. And maybe that's fine. That's okay. I mean, working is important for you. And to manage your lifestyle, we got to have you working. So that argues for beefing up the emergency reserve just in case you might need it. The goal when you have a situation like this is to play defense. Do you guys like sports? I mean, I'm like the old aging athlete. If I can use a sports metaphor, I always do.
My husband likes sports, so that works for him.
All right, good. So we are beefing up our defense right now, meaning that like we know that the momentum is going to shift in this game. And the shift is that we know that in a year or 11 months, that your job will come to an end. But before that time, you're going to actually have some help. You're going to have help in your cash flow. You'll stop the employee stock purchase plan. By the beginning of next year, you'll be done with that escrow, and you'll use extra money to essentially beef up the emergency reserve fund. So stop the $100 a month in the brokerage. Just that, all that you need to think about is like, let's get that thing built up. Now, the car loan, I don't know, how much longer do you have on the car loans?
I think around 3 or 4 years.
I mean, 2.5% is not bad. Are you getting, are your emergency reserves getting 4% or something? Are you in an account where you're making some money?
Yeah, it's in high yield savings.
Good. I mean,
around 4 to 5%. Yeah.
Perfect.
Right now.
Then I think that's fine. And then all that you really need to think about, you have to be able to get a job that will allow you to live your life. During this 1 year, I have another suggestion for you, and that is to really track your money and where it's going and to get a sense of your cash flow so that you really, really can, I think, get a better handle on what kind of job that you could get and still float your life. That's the most important thing. It really is. And I really feel strongly that you're going to be in great shape. It's funny. You say, we come from immigrant backgrounds. We didn't learn about this. You guys are in very, very good shape. You've done an amazing job.
I feel like our retirement fund is kind of small.
You're young, Marie. Come on. You got to cut yourself. Stop judging. I tell you, if I say you're in good shape, I'm not going to tell you that you're in good shape if you're not. You're in very good shape. You are able to manage this. You guys have money. You're very early in this story. Okay. We're very, very early in the story of your lives. Presuming that you get a job where you're making $70,000, $80,000, $90,000, you'll just get back on track. Once you get back on track and, you have a little bit of flexibility and you also have a little bit more knowledge about what your next step is, then we would slowly start to push up your retirement contributions, right? So only reason I have you putting money in emergency reserve now is because we have unknown factors. But once you have a known job, your next job, then maybe you'll put 10% in your new job and maybe he'll put 8% and it will just it will creep up little by little. That to me is the way you can accumulate wealth. So, if you're just starting out and you are trying to figure out your next step, you got some bad news about losing a job, just get in touch with us. Go to jillonmoney.com, and click the Contact Us button. Don't forget, while you're on the website, you can sign up for the free weekly newsletter. You can buy the book. You can subscribe to Jill on Money Live. And we would always appreciate you leaving a rating and review wherever you listen to this program. Put your hands metaphorically on someone's back. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.